BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to BodyBags. It's week 199, and I'm your Sunday host, Bourgie86, here again. Yes, guys, it's that time for the Sunday review. First, before I get into my review, very special announcement. This is actually my 100th review on BodyBags. I can't believe it's been 100 reviews since I first started on the channel, and very good stuff, and a lot has happened since that time period when I was on the channel. But first off, I want to thank everyone who watches my reviews and everyone else's reviews on this channel. It means a lot to us, and we'll keep on giving you great content as the time progresses. Now, into my 100 review, I wanted to either do two different types of reviews. I was thinking about, I could do like a film that I really love that's really good, or I could do a film that I really love that's cheesy. I decided to go with the latter option with that one. So for my 100 review, I am reviewing a film from 1984. It's Italian / Spanish / Dutch production, and it is known as Monster Dog. Yes. If you don't know about Monster Dog, this film is directed by Claudio Fragasso. Of course, probably most famously known for directing one of the best, worst movies ever, Troll 2. And he also is known for his work with notorious filmmaker Bruno Mattei back in the late 70s to late 80s. And of course, screenwriting a lot of Bruno Mattei's films back in that time period, including like Rats, Night of Terror, which I also believe he also co-directed. He was known for like co-directing a lot of Bruno Mattei's films with Bruno Mattei, like Hell of the Living Dead was another one, The Other Hell, numerous other films. They worked on Zombie 3 together, which they finished for Lucio Fulci when he became ill during that production. But this is actually his first like standalone like directorial film, from what I gathered, where he actually got credit on for directing it under his pseudonym of Clyde Anderson, which he uses in pretty much all his films, that pseudonym. And of course, this film stars rock icon Alice Cooper. Of course, if you don't know who Alice Cooper is, he's awesome. Of course, like I'm 18 and numerous other films and songs, Wayne's World, We're Not Worthy, you know what I mean? Yeah, so this film has Alice Cooper in it. Now, pretty much with the main plot of this one, we're introduced to Alice Cooper as like this rock star, of course, known as Vincent Raven, who's going up to his old like family house with a group of his friends to film some scenes for a music video that he's working on. And pretty much when they get there, they find out the history of like this town, like it's been ravaged by these murderous dogs at night. And there was like a thing that happened with Vincent's past that might be connected to the murders of these dogs. So they end up going to this his home estate, and shit starts to hit the fan. Like there's some weird occurrences with some of the characters. One of the characters in particular is having like premonitions of what's to come, especially with their fates, pretty much. And it ends up being like a survival tale between like a standoff in a way, because this other group of people come that say that Vincent's more than what he says he is. And that's where I'm going to leave the plot off, because I don't want to really spoil this one for you, what goes on with it. Pretty much there's some interesting aspects of like this is like a kind of into the vein of like the werewolf folklore in a way, and they have like a lot of like werewolf references. Like there's this book, it's called like Werewolves, Myths, Scientific Facts, and it has like a picture of Lon Chaney, so they give a shout out to the Wolfman in this film. And pretty cheesy stuff though. I have to admit, like I love the cheese of this film though, because what it begins with is this like awesome like music video montage with Alice Cooper actually performs a song called Identity Crisis, and the song is very catchy, and I actually like the way that the video plays out, because it kind of goes into the details of the song, the film in a way, because of what goes on within it, especially like kind of like trying to guess who like the creature is, pretty much, in the way that the story foretells itself. But the song's really cool. Like, it has like, it's very catchy and very sing-alongy, especially the way his lyrics are in the song, that Identity Crisis. And it's just cool because he wears like different costumes and shit. Like, one costume he's like a spy, or like a cowboy, or Jack the Ripper. Really funny shit. The effects, they actually use real dogs in this film, which I actually really did like that. But of course, the monster dog, that's the main like title of the film, is like this giant like puppet, and it looks good for the most part because they use it in like certain spots that look great, like in the shadows and stuff like that. But if you see it like full frontal, you can kind of tell it's like a fake puppet. But if you look at it from the distance and like the fog, it looks awesome. Which I gotta admit, this film has like a great atmosphere, because it has like this great like foggy atmosphere, especially in the nighttime shots that get the mood set and get into the build-up. And there's a lot of like creepy moments in this film. Like there's one character in this film that they end up meeting, like this old dude on the side of the road, and he just creeped the fuck out of me, especially with like the way he was performing his lines and the stuff that he was saying, especially when he comes back into the film in some certain points where you're like, what the fuck is going on? This is getting kind of weird and creepy. And he has like this weird, sinister laugh that was creeping me the hell out. He was probably the most creepiest dude in the whole film. But really funny stuff, especially with like the dubbing, because actually Alice Cooper's singing voice is actually Alice Cooper, but when he actually like talks in the film, he's actually dubbed by a different actor, which I found very hilarious in the aspect of that. But it didn't really bother me, because I'm used to like like the Italian dubbing, like dubbing in general. So I didn't put two to two together until after I was doing like research on the film, that it wasn't actually Alice Cooper doing the speaking voice until after, which I found kind of odd, but it didn't really bother me that much because I didn't know, you know what I mean? But really fun stuff. If you like your cheese fest films from the 80s, this is definitely one that you have to check out for yourself to see if it's for you. I know Claudio Fragasso's filmography isn't probably some of the best films, but some of them are absolutely fun because of the ridiculous of them, you know what I mean? It has a lot of like fun aspects with that, and some of the effects are awesome, especially when they use like the real dog scenes and just the stories and history of this film. Like especially like when I was hearing like Fragasso actually was chasing one of the, I think it was like the cameraman or like set designer, around with a shotgun to get him in the mood for like this like shot that they wanted to do, like through a spiral staircase. And that was just an interesting story to hear, because they call him like the crazy director, or director loco, as I believe the Spanish called him, because this film was made in Spain. But really fun shit. I highly recommend Monster Dog. It's a fun blast and a fun ride of a film, especially if you're fans of like werewolf films or werewolf folklore, or Alice Cooper for that matter, because there's two awesome songs in this one. The other one is something to do with the mirror. I can't think of the whole title, but it's a pretty awesome song. It doesn't play as much, but we hear Identity Crisis throughout the film. So, awesome shit. Monster Dog, if I had to rate it, Claudio Fragasso films are always hard for me to rate because of the problems with them, with like certain aspects. But if I was rating this on an entertainment standpoint, I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's super fun. Has a great soundtrack with the two songs, and some airiness to the soundtrack also, with like the atmospheric scenes, and just a fun ass film. I really enjoyed this one. 7 out of 10 for Monster Dog. Awesome shit. Alright guys, that's it for my 100th review. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you everyone for tuning in to BodyBags every week. It means a lot to us. Now, next week is our theme week, which I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's a very fun one, and it's one that I hope you guys enjoy because of the films that are involved with this theme week, because of the era that it came in. That's kind of a hint. So look out for that next week, and as always guys, I'll see you then. Peace out.